All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Dysfunctional Fitness Podcast. You are joined today by myself, Matthew Hosking, and my good friend and co-host Ben Bodycom. Yeah, we're back only about 3 months later, but
Season 2!
season 2, exactly. Or the
6
end of
seasons
season
in a
1.
movie.
Oh dear. But yeah, you say season 2. I don't know. I would say this is like the start of the new season. I know you disagree, but I feel like Rogue is like a nice little kickstart to the next year, but I guess you view it differently. But yeah.
Yeah, completely. I should be
Brilliant.
back now.
Yeah, I can see you talking. Cool. Anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about Rogue. We're just going to go through the events and pick our little podium picks. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, the event's supposed to, of time of recording, it starts tomorrow night. Leading into that, event 1, Texas Heavy. And yeah, they haven't said what it is. So that'll be a good one to discuss.
When I think of Texas, I think of a lot of things. Many things that I don't think would be appropriate to put into a CrossFit workout. But I do think that some form of bull riding, I think, would be interesting. We've always tended to start with a run, a ruck run, or something similar to that. So I think we'd have something similar, but I think it's on site. Am I right?
Yeah,
in saying
it is.
that? Yeah. So I'm not expecting it to be some sort of crazy trail run. They've always had. Let's have a look at this. And the fact that they're calling it Texas Heavy, I thought we'd already seen like enough heavy stuff. But I think it's going to be very interesting. We've already seen the Echo bike and the skier. We haven't seen the row, which we always tend to see a rower as well. So potentially incorporating that, and then some sort of heavy carry for a slightly longer event, I think would work quite well and sort of fit in with the programming that we've already seen, and would be aligned to what they tend to do. I don't know what you were thinking on that one.
Yeah, along those lines, I think because they haven't got anything super long in terms of like a trail run or that monostructural work. I think because it's a night event and I think it's gonna be a longer one. I think they will have the row in there. And then yeah, because it's heavy and it's sponsored by GoRuck, so I think they're going to use like a GoRuck sandbag or something. I don't think they might have GoRuck packs on. I know there's like another event sponsored by GoRuck as well, the duel, so that could involve a sandbag again. But GoRuck have like different type, like you've seen Dan and Pepper playing with that massive sandbag thing, like massive ball. So maybe it'd be that, but yeah, I don't know. So, but then it leads. Then I'm thinking we'll get to it. Event 9, the cleanup that hasn't been announced either. I think that could involve a sandbag, just because obviously it's called the cleanup. So I think there's be some type of clean, but it probably won't be a barbell because it did heavy grace last year. Could be kettlebells, but I'm expecting the final event to have some type of sandbag clean. Unless they just completely that word just doesn't relate to the workout.
Yeah, the duel. So we've obviously got the duel, and I appreciate we're jumping around a little bit. You've got the duel 3. That has always had a sandbag in it. So duel was sandbag up to a podium, and then duel 2 was a sandbag carry to finish, which produced those wonderfully iconic moments of everybody falling flat on their face and making CrossFit look even less of a laughing stock than it normally does, which was obviously widely appreciated by media outlets worldwide. So I'd expect to see a sandbag in there as well. But I think we're both sort of aligned. One thing I was just looking at, the schedule. I don't know whether they've moved individual event 1 to be on the Friday, because it's currently listed as 6 p.m. CDT on the Friday.
Oh, I'm just looking at their Insta post that has it on the Thursday still. What are you looking at their website?
Yeah. Yeah, because they've got a Thursday, but it's all on the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it says it's after.
So
Yeah,
whether
maybe they've moved it.
yeah. So I think that because there's a couple of comments on it saying like, oh, I can't believe you've done this on the Thursday. That's not fair.
Well, they said that ages ago, though.
And
I know people moaning
yeah,
about it, but I swear they put that post out about a month ago saying there'll be a Thursday night event.
and the other side of it, I think, is that if they might have some weather issues, so potentially shifting it from.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe they just to change their mind.
So,
And also, it's only an hour slot, so if they've got 2 heats for both men and women, it actually probably isn't that long of a workout either. It's probably only about 15 minutes, if that. So it might just be like a normal workout.
Yeah, Sunday they've got rain all day as well. That's not ideal.
Nah, that's all right. They're just doing some pegboards. That'd be fine. It's not like they're maxing out their back squat, press, and deadlift in the rain. Shout out 2018 games. Nah, I'll be fine.
Memories.
Nah, look at those workouts. 7, 8, and 9. There's nothing that dangerous in there. Just some ground overhead with some big dumbbells and some lunges. But apart from that,
so I think we're both aligned that event 1's going to be something probably with a row.
Yeah, I'm not 100%, but like, yeah, if get another machine in there, yeah, probably
if
a rower.
That's right. No, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, probably a rower, and then some type of heavy implement, but who knows what it's going to be. It could be just a bunch of different carries. The jerry can things can make a return.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've got well, we'll get into it because there's so much other things that conflict that it'll just. I mean, this is the thing with Rogue. It's just a heavy biased competition. So can't really say this is unbalanced because it's just the way it is, which isn't a problem. It's just the way they program. It's just more ironic that it's programmed by Josh Bridges and Chris Spieler, who are like some of the weakest guys in CrossFit. So I don't realize where they got their strength bias from. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, event 2. Seat at the bar. For time for the men, it's 20, 15, 10 log muscle ups. They're back, and then 5 back squats at 375 pounds after each set of those. For the women, it's quite a big drop off. It's 15, 10, 5 on the log muscle ups, and 5 back squats at 260 pounds after each set. I mean, the change in reps on the log muscle ups clearly just because last year, for those who watched, the women struggled a lot on the log muscle ups because basically the diameter of the log is the same for both, and obviously just women with like smaller hands, just harder for them to get over. Basically, that's pretty much the gist of it. Thoughts on the workout?
Yeah, the 5 back squat after each is heavy, and I think you're going to have people. That last set of 5 is going to be interesting, because it's that's what you're ending with. So you're gonna have a pretty good race, I think. I think you've seen like Roman, for example, has had a log to do muscle ups on at Mayhem for the last I don't know how long, but they're obviously going to be well adapted to it. It just comes down to repeatability at the back squat. I can see Jeff doing really, really well on this as well. I can't remember how he did last year on the log muscle up one, but I think with the back squats at that weight, it should be relatively simple for him, and for the majority of guys on the whole as well.
Yeah, I kind of disagree. I think it's literally just a muscle up workout because I think the 5 back squats is like literally nothing for that field, and the weight's lighter than it was last year. They did the back attack workout last year, and it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 back squats at 405, I think, with like 25, 20, 15, whatever it was, 10, 5 box jumps. That was heavier, and the log muscle up take a lot of time. Like 20 reps is going to take a lot of time. And like 5 back squats for these top guys is actually going to be like very minimal, I think. So I literally think it's just a muscle up workout. They could have just done 50 for time, and I think you get a very similar result across the board. But I'm not even joking. I think what I'm trying to think of, he's like pretty good at muscle up. Obviously, Velna did quite well in that event last year. I think he came second, but he actually lost it a bit on the last 10 muscle ups or so. That's when
Yeah.
Justin passed him. I think Gerard did all right on it, but there was Skiog and GHD in there. And then on the women's side, who won on the women's side in that event? Let me look at the leaderboard. How do you get last year's up?
I think you have to Google it and then hope for the best.
Well, while you look it up, I'll just stall a bit. Yeah, and then for the woman, 15, 10, 5, obviously it's a lot less. That's only
No, they
what,
don't.
30 reps, so 15 reps less.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just the muscle ups. I just don't see the back squat being. Obviously, there'll be a handful of people who might get stalled on the back squat, but I don't know, for the guys, 5 at 375, what's that? Basically 170-ish kg for the guys. That's like not a lot. And what 260 for ladies is what's that? 115-ish kg. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a muscle up workout. I don't really know what the back squats are in there, to be honest. I think they could have changed it up. Yeah. And I was a bit disappointed, like, after they teased the log, like, I know we did the muscle ups last year, but I thought they might change the movement up. But
do something a little bit different.
Clearly they were just like, no, we'll just do muscle ups again. But yeah, that's pretty much event 2. Anyway, event 3. Have you found the leaderboard from last year? Nice. Pretty good.
No, it doesn't exist. It does exist, but it doesn't tell me what each event is.
The log muscle up one was called Ski Bar or something like that. If it's got the name. And it was event.
No, it doesn't have the name.
It was event 2.
Oh. Lovely.
Do you find it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Well, find the one that Medeiros won, event 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah, it was event 2. Chandler came second.
Yeah.
Who came third? Ricky came third. And there were only like 10 seconds in between them.
Yeah.
Fellner fourth.
Apart. Yeah.
Adler got capped on it.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Hopper got 19th.
My guy. Mate, he's coming back top 5 this year. You watch.
Oh, dear. Event 3.
Well, I'll just say who the top 3 were in the women on that event, because that's why I wanted to find the leaderboard.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Apologies, sir.
Fine, no worries.
Women. Oh, why have you defaulted to a rogue? Cool. So Emma Lawson cap +0. So yeah, she came first. Cara Saunders second. Tariel Lowen, and then Amanda Barnhart fourth. Laura came 14th.
Interesting. But yeah, just showing by that the cap that no one finished it, so that's just a reason why I've reduced the reps so much for the ladies. Cool. All right, event 3, we have the circus, 3 rounds for time of 40 cal on the ski erg for the guys, 32 cal on the ski erg for ladies, and then into 5 single arm strongman dumbbell shoulder overhead each arm. So it's 100 pounds for the guys and 70 pounds for the ladies. So that's about what, 45 kg and 32.5 kg, and then killer cage down and back. Yeah, very interesting. I mean,
but the killer cage, for those who don't know, is like a monkey bar.
Yeah,
there and back, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it might. Well, yeah, they might have additions to it, but if it's just literally a monkey bar, I'd be like, well, cool. Because they could add like swinging ropes or whatever as well, like they use in an obstacle course, which would make it a touch more circus-ish. Because they had the monkey bars last year. Now it's such a dead event where it was the turtle. Yeah, it was so bigged up, and you watch them do monkey bars for like 3 seconds. Like, what even is this?
Well, no, because Killer Cage was what was 2011, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, it was back in the old days. But yeah, I mean, this is a classic triplet, you could say. of the monostructural with the ski erg. You've got the weightlifting with the dumbbell, and then you've got the gymnastics with the killer cage down and back. But yeah, I think it's quite cool. Obviously, strongman influence with that dumbbell. 5 each arm. So what's that? That's 30 reps in total. That's not light. But
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
know. I was expecting the dumbbell to be a little bit heavier.
I was, yeah. I thought the strength we'll get to, but I thought the strength test was going to be a 1 rep max of this. With the way they had teased it, and I advertised people practicing it. So I was surprised. Well, I'm not surprised to see it come out, but I thought, yeah, it'd be a bit like a heavy test rather than just in a workout.
The question is, does this kill Ricky's chances of podiuming?
Why? Because of the overhead.
Yeah. Single arm shoulder overhead, like having that stability, I think is going to be a little bit tough for him, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the only workout that's going to keep him off the podium, to be honest with you. I just don't think he's in the top. He's not in the top 3 of people turning up at this event anyway, regardless of the programming, to be honest.
Very true.
But maybe this is one where that really does set him back. We shall see. Cool. All right. Event 4, we have 10th inning. 10 rounds for time. We've got 4 ring muscle ups, 8 handstand push ups, and then 12 power snatches at 95 pounds for the guys and 65 pounds for the ladies. So pretty much a spin off of Nate. But yeah, this is pretty classic for Rogue again. Like, they love putting ring muscle ups and handstand push ups together. They've done that like once or twice already before as well.
And it's programmed by who?
Bridges and Chris Wheeler. So, you know.
Interesting. Short Kings unite.
Yeah. But yeah, I like it. It's like it's a good workout. Like, it's almost a very well, I wouldn't say open workout. Well, I don't know. Maybe they would do this in the open, but it's a very open, stylish workout. Like, lowest reps, high turnover. Obviously, the skill, there's quite a lot of volume for that. But you know what I mean? It's like a simple CrossFit. That's something you just see on .com or something like that. It's just a simple. For Rogue, there's no real crazy stuff in there. Because I assume the handstand push-ups will just be at the hardest level, strict, but could even just be kipping, because the volume is still 80. I don't think they're going to do any deficit or anything crazy. No. So pretty straightforward workout.
Yeah, I think the thing we're missing here is time caps to like sort of give us an indication of about whether they're going to do something slightly different with it. But the most important thing that we neglected to mention is that it's brought to us by Crocs.
I know.
Rogue absolutely smashing it out of the park with the partnership collaborations. So well done to them. But yeah, I think the sort of sneaky part of this is going to be how you have to transition, and how hard you're able to push those transitions. Because it's like, you imagine doing this in your gym, like you'll have your rings right next to the wall, right next to the bar, and it's a circuit, right? And you can, like, that means that you probably have that flexibility to, if you need to drop the snatches on one round, you can. But for these guys, it's just not going to be worth it. You have to push the pace to get to the transitions to then keep going and do everything unbroken. I think, it's going to be hopefully you'll progress down the field and they're able to do the snatches as you go down. I think that's going to be a really interesting one, to sort of see how you're able to separate and who's able to go out hot and hold on, or pace their way appropriately and ensure that they're hitting, sub minute round. Do you think? What, 12 plus? Depends on the
sub-minute round.
I guess.
No. What, on average? They're not. No one's. Well,
no, not on average.
I'm gonna say.
I think
maybe this.
Yeah,
then they come out hot.
I'm saying is that
because 12 snatches on their own is going to take even 2 seconds a rep. It's 24 seconds.
Yeah,
and then 3 to 2 seconds a rep on the muscle ups is another 12. To. That's already what. 36 and 8 handstand push-ups. If you're doing that strict, that's at least a second a rep. So that's 44 plus transitions. Nah, no one's doing that a minute around. No way. No way.
Gonna
Um,
spend the whole of Eventful sitting there with my stopwatch, waiting for somebody to do a sub-minute round, and then
then Yonakosi's going to come out and probably do it in like 6:20, the whole thing. Nah, I'll be shocking if someone did that under 10 minutes. No way.
yeah.
I'll be impressed if someone did it under even like don't know 1:15 around would be pretty solid, and that
Victor,
would be like 12 minutes ish. So we'll see.
Victor Hoffer.
Maybe that's just incredible. If he does like fair, that's just incredible capacity.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just built different.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I'll just tip my cap and be like, yeah, you're a goat. So we'll see. We'll keep a tab on it. Sub 10. That's the goal. Cool. All right. Event 5, dual part 3. Yeah, we don't know what it is. The little surprise announcement on the day.
Yeah,
Interesting. What do
as
you
we
think is
said,
going to come up?
I think it'll be so the first duel was 60 heavy double unders, 3 squat snatches, and then 1 sandbag to platform. Then the duel 2 was a legless rope climb, 10 overhead squats, and a sandbag carry to finish. So we've always seen some type of barbell overhead, testing that overhead position with a sandbag, and then something to fatigue it just beforehand. So it's about execution. It's about making sure that you can do it right every single time, and it's not about. I wouldn't say it's about effort, if that makes sense. It's more about how are you able to do these things under pressure. I think because we saw the dumbbell at the games, I don't think was that last year. That wasn't this year, was it?
Which dumbbell?
Dumbbell squat snatch. Yeah, that was the year before because Guy was doing it. I don't think we're gonna see that sort of emphasis on execution, like in terms of like a dumbbell and wall balls, but I think it follows in that ilk, right? So I'm expecting to see some sort of overhead squatting plus a sandbag and then something to test it beforehand. We haven't seen. I'm trying to think what we haven't seen yet. I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of pulling gymnastics before it as well. That would probably make a little bit of sense, but we'll sort of
Yeah,
wait to
well,
see.
it's weird. They've never done, well, apart from the online version where it was like COVID times, they haven't ever done like toes to bar or chest to bar.
No,
They always
no.
do 2 lots of muscle ups. They always do bar and
Mm.
ring. But they've never done chest to bar, toes to bar in the in-person ones ever. So maybe they introduced that for the first time in this event or in the final or in the first one. But and then also talking about the machine, they could put a machine in this one. Doesn't it could just be a sprint. It could be like
Yeah,
20 cal
yeah, yeah.
buy-in. And then you talk about squat, maybe they don't go overhead, but well, maybe they do a thruster. There's no thrusters.
Hmm.
So could be row thruster and then something else. Or
Yeah, and we
just
had
row
goblet
thruster
squats
sprint.
last time as well.
Yeah. It could just be a row
Yeah,
thruster sprint, little knockout. Or row there's no
yeah.
burpees. So row bar
No,
facing burpee thruster. Something sprinty like that. Bit more gassy. But
no, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good to watch.
uh yeah. We shall see. Right, event 6. Max deadlift. I mean, they're always going to get a strength test. I think it's maybe not the most exciting of what they could do. Like it's Rogue. The only hope I have is that it's not an actual traditional barbell that people think. It could be a different implement. So that's what I'm hoping for. Like I don't know, the strongman stones, whatever it is, like picking those up or something. But
I think you're more likely to get like a thicker bar,
mm,
like a fat grip bar or something similar to that. I think it would be good to see. Um, sorry, the first thing that came to mind, like a high handled trap bar, 1 rep max deadlift. Like,
that's
it's
good.
like, how much of a mockery can we make of this to
Mm,
stop CrossFit as being embarrassed at their lack of top end strength compared to everyone else?
yeah.
Because I think this is always why like CrossFit has steered away from doing these types of like big lifting, like of traditional ones, because like with a total and stuff, it's always difficult to know what everyone's lifting, and you can see what people eventually hit. But with the like with doing a 1 rep max deadlift, I think it makes it very clear of like, okay, this is what you can do compared to the fittest people in the world. So I'm excited to see that, because I think you don't really have an idea of what they can hit for like the sort of casual fan in that regard. So yeah, excited to see how it goes. And so far it's boding very well for Laura as well. So
Yep, it is. Yeah, I mean that'd be quite cool. I just think they should change the implement. Kettlebell deadlift. Just keep going up in like
max
5 pound
kettlebell
kettlebells.
deadlift.
You want to see proper rounded backs. That'll be how you do it. But yeah, hopefully it's not, but I probably will just be a normal barbell.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, event 7, Hulk hands. It's a bit of a weird one. This is when they start using the hill. So we've got 30 cows on the Echo bike, and then it's 20 double fat bell ground to overheads, £70 for the guys, £53 for the ladies, and then it's 75-foot front rack lunge to Zeus at £135 for guys, £95 for the ladies. Then it just says run, then it says hill sled push, then it's back to the lunge, then it's a run again, and then it's back to the dumbbell and then back to the bike. So either there's a typo or yeah, the flow, does that make sense? Gets a bit weird in that lunge, run, sled push, and then you don't run again. You just do the lunge again, but then the run's after the sled, like after the lunge. Does that make sense?
So 30 cal echo bike, 20 double fat bell ground to overhead, front right lunge to Zeus, run, hill sled push, front right lunge, run.
Yeah. But you see
Yeah,
how I
no, it
mean
should be.
it doesn't
Yeah,
really like
it should be the other
flow.
way.
It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense. I'm trying to visualize it, and doesn't make sense unless the run is this time on the run. It's actually going to be like a loop around the arena
yeah,
rather than
yeah.
running up and down the hill. But it's hard to like
Yeah, but
actually.
either way, how do you lunge to Zeus twice is what's confusing me. But
That's
yeah,
what I mean. Yeah.
yeah.
Unless they built 2 of them.
Those fat bells. Do you want to guess how much one of them sets you back? A £70 Thompson fat bell from Rogue Europe.
I don't know, £200. Who knows?
€186.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not a bad guess. Take it.
No, I know. I know. If our
Wow.
inflation rate kept climbing up, you'd have been spot on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like €186. It ships from the US. To be fair, let me check. Rogue, US. But that's crazy. They do look pretty cool as an implement, though. Like I get the idea of them. But yeah, it's
But yeah, I don't know. Interesting workout. I just mean a mix of everything. It's like a grunt work style workout. No, like real gymnastics, but yeah, just machine work, and then a bit of grunt work on the dumbbells, and then that lunge, and then this hill sled push would be very interesting because I don't know how they're going to create an implement that doesn't come backwards.
doesn't
If they
slide
stop
back
pushing
down.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unless it's attached to like a pulley system, or like the material under the base of the sled like sticks to like I assume it's like some type of artificial type layer. But then if it's not, like how are they going to stop? They're just sliding back down the hill.
Or it's light enough that you can hold it in place, if that makes sense.
Oh, I see what I mean. Yeah.
Or they've just gone, it is what it is, deal with it.
Unbroken.
Off we go.
Yeah.
Do it unbroken.
Maybe.
Like if you break, it falls and you go. Like that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like deal with it.
Very interesting.
So yeah, I'm interested. Yeah. That I can see Kranikov doing very well in this. I'm trying to think back to the double kettlebell ground to hang kettlebell clean and jerks. I think probably gives you like a really strong indicator of who will do well in this one as well.
Yeah, I think Laura obviously will do very well in this one. I think Laura's going to do very well in all of them, to be honest. All right, event 8, we have a big cat. 5 rounds for time. You got 6 box jumps at 42 inches for the guys and 36 inches for the ladies. 2 pegboards, new movement for Rogue, and then the hill run again. So you're back on the hill. I quite like this one. I think the box jumps are a bit boring. I think I could have maybe changed that movement. But I like the pegboards. I like the hill run. 5 rounds and like 2 pegboards because it's 5 rounds. It's 10 in total. So it's going to push you to see, like, if you want to win, you probably have to go unbroken, like touch and go on the pegboards. If you break, then you're probably not going to win.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting coming to the last 2 rounds. Can you hang on? Because you'll be breathing hard if you're running properly on the hill. Yeah, I don't know, like 6 box. I know it's high, but I feel like it's just a bit of a Belair movement. They could have maybe just, I don't know, added something else in there. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, unless there's something different with the box jumps.
I think it's just gonna be a straightforward box jump. I think it's just gonna be a high box jump on those flower boxes. But I wish it was something like, because the pegboard and the hill run I really like. So I just wish that first movement was just something a bit different to make it a bit cooler. There's no weight, so I know they did a lot of lunging and stuff in the one before, so you probably wouldn't want to add weight. But I was trying to think what a cool movement would be in there to, like, as an addition. Maybe thrusters. Thrusters and pegboard is always a good combo. That push and pull.
I'd even be inclined
or
to
front squats. Just, I know they've done lunges, but something squatty. But I don't know. Maybe your legs are going to be feeling it from all the lunges.
I think you don't want to. You want people to be relatively fresh going into that hill run, and I think the box jumps are going to take it out of you a little bit more than you probably anticipate at that point. Yeah. So I can see it as being as one where you get to like the second or third round, and you're like, oh, okay, right, I'm feeling it now, because you think, right, I've only got box jumps, I can push the pace on the hill run.
Even burpee box jumps would have been maybe a bit better.
I was going to say that, but
it's like a plain box jump. I think it's just a bit meh to watch, basically. Like, I don't know. It's just, we've got to make it entertaining somehow.
I'm kind of imagining that they'll have to progress the box jump down the floor a little bit to
that'd be exciting. That. You fixed it then.
Yeah, I did. God, watching
someone roll their power box 10 foot forward to the next station.
Yeah. Hey, that 42 inches is bigger than the average size of a CrossFitter, so it's
at least it ends in the hill run. That'll be a good like little sprint finish if it's close. I'm waiting for the day we see someone trip on that hill on the way down. They just tumble.
Just go completely end over end. Yeah. No, I can see that.
So at least that'll be cool. Hopefully get a few good races to finish that event. But yeah.
Why is it called Big Cat?
Not really sure. To be full. Isn't a big cat like a
like lion, tiger?
No. Isn't a big cat like a brand of like construction kit in America or something?
No, cat.
Yeah.
Cat. Yeah. But like, it's not sponsored by them.
No. But isn't it like? But isn't that? Pretty sure maybe I'll make it. I swear. There's like a. I'm not saying it's not.
I've just googled big cat, and the list of the big cats are leopard, cougar, tiger, lion, snow leopard, and jaguar.
Nice.
But anyway, I think it's to the box jumps.
Myself. I'm not going. Yeah. There you go. Big cat. They're big. Putting big cat machines, and they're like these big like industrial, basically like building construction. Machines.
Yeah. I know cat.
Yeah,
they sponsored. I think they sponsored Tigers last year.
Right. So
obviously, I knew that.
Just because it was Rogue, I think they were like I thought they were hinting more to like machinery rather than animal. Because I don't know. Anyway, event 9, the cleanup. This one again, it's to be announced on the day, so we have no idea what it is. But I think just based off the name, the cleanup, there's gonna be some type of clean in there, because there hasn't been any other clean that of the ones that have been outlaid. There's no clean. But will it be for barbell? Probably not, just considering we had heavy grace last year. So I'm expecting a sandbag or maybe kettlebells to make a return. But yeah,
I think I'd be expecting a barbell.
do you think?
If I'm honest, yeah. I can imagine this being like more of like a sprint chipper potentially. So like ending with like, I don't know, 20 cleans, maybe at an ascending weight.
No, I don't think so. That's literally
No,
Grace then. They might as well just do Grace. They just did that last year. No.
yeah, but not squat clean. Like I think it'll be specified that it's squat clean.
Right. They've done that before.
I
The
know,
squat clean
but
ladder to finish 2019. It was
but
literally like
they're very
repetitive.
basic. Yeah, they're very
I
repetitive.
hope it's not just a squat clean ladder. That'd be so boring as well. We literally had heavy. Like, what's the point? I don't know. I think the clean up. I think they might be putting sandbags up on pedestals, and maybe something else. Maybe you could do a sandbag ladder.
Yeah.
Who knows? But maybe you put gymnastics movement in there. But as I said, they don't really do any chest to bar, toes to bar for some reason in person. Maybe they add rope climb in there, but we had pegboard in the event before, so probably not. We already climbed, so very interesting. And they've had a lot of lunging, and they basically have a clean and jerk. They have a ground to overhead
with a dumbbell, yeah,
with a heavier. I mean, they could snatch with it, to be fair, because it is 70 pounds, so it's actually not that heavy.
Yeah.
They snatched already,
yeah,
so
you could devil press it, I guess. No, sorry, I'm thinking if there would be a burpee in it, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some type of clean, but they've done like. Do you think it'll be a barbell? I don't know. And a squat, their leg's going to be toast by that last event, so that'll be savage if it is. And if there's no sandbag, basically, if there's definitely no sandbag in the duel, which we don't know anyway.
Yeah, but there's one event less than last year.
Yeah, and if there's no sandbag in Texas Heavy, then yeah, I think we can guess there will be a sandbag in the last one. But who knows?
Yeah.
Or they bring that money bar back again.
Yeah.
The money bar.
Yeah, that's literally what I was about to say. Yeah.
Very interesting. But hopefully something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Maybe put a row in there. I have nothing else to add. I'm dumbfounded. It's annoying because you don't know what the two other events are, so it's like
I know.
It's just anything. But I'm excited to see what Texas Heavy is because
same.
Just I know, there's a reason they haven't announced what it is. I think there must be some new implement or something in there.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't hide like, oh, we're doing a 1K run around the stadium. Like they wouldn't like keep that as a surprise. So I think they're saving something for it, which would be quite cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the event.
Just having a look at Bill Henniger's Instagram, but he he posts a lot.
Yeah, while you do that, we'll go through our podium picks then. So on the ladies, we'll start ladies or men?
Ladies.
All right. Well, on the ladies' side, obviously we have Tia coming back for her first competition since having a baby. So obviously that's big drama. Obviously you got Laura there as well. So you got the reigning games champ and actually the reigning Rogue champ, because she won Rogue as well, going against Tia, who's obviously arguably the best CrossFitter of all time. So yeah, big showdown about to take place. Question is, Ben, are you Team Laura or Team Tia?
As a European functional fitness podcast, team Laura all the way. Not team Tia Claire to meet or that we now need to refer to her by.
Yeah, I mean, based on these events, I think Laura's going to take it. There's literally like the handstand push-ups, assuming they're just either strict, normal, or just kipping. She's going to be fine on that. She'll probably she's very good at ring muscle ups and obviously go for barbell. So I wouldn't be surprised if she even won that event, to be honest. But and the deadlift's going to be great for her. And all the other events are going to be really good for her. Like the pegboard one, she might win. She's obviously got a climbing background, good runner. And yeah, all the other events that haven't been announced, so they're heavy stuff. She's like one of the strongest in the field. So I literally don't see anything in her really slipping her up that badly, especially relative to Tia. So if she beats Tia or stays close to Tia in the events she doesn't do well in, then I think she's got a really good chance of winning the whole thing. That'd be quite big. First time we see like a big name actually lose. We haven't seen that. I don't know. Well, we had Medeiros last in the games, but not like he's not still at the level of like a Fraser or a Tia. So
Medeiros isn't a big name.
We can agree on that.
So who's your top three?
For the ladies, well, I think Laura's going to win. Laura 1, Tia 2, and then Emma Lawson, I think, is going to come in third. I think she's still improving, and she's definitely, going to be right up there.
I think we're going to have a repeat of... Actually, no, that's really boring, isn't it?
On brand.
Yeah. Oh, wow, savage. From the man with a charisma of a... yeah, I like just looking at it. I don't see Tia. I don't see Tia taking top 3 in it. Like I think there'll be a couple of events that are outside of her wheelhouse or like outside of her comfort zone. And I think it's more of a test to see what she can do. So I think she'll be outside the top 3. And then I think we're going to have Laura. Emma's gotten a lot stronger, so she should do a lot better. And she came 3rd last year as well. And I think Ariel Lone didn't have a great time last year. So I think we're going to have Laura, Emma, Gabby, top 3.
Wow. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Tia, I know she hasn't been she's been out of action, but I'm sorry, you can't look at these events and be like, oh, she's not going to do that well on them. Like,
Yeah, I know.
She's an animal. Honestly, it could be lining up to a super. It could be like the Annie Tia battle from 2 years ago, where like Annie had a chance of winning. And to be fair, Annie probably should have actually won. She just bottled it on the last 2 events, but yeah. So we shall see. But I think Laura's going to take it. Unless something crazy comes out that trips her up, but I just don't see what's been announced so far. What is going to hold Laura back compared to the rest of this field?
Yeah.
Like literally nothing in there. So
no.
Exciting times. I think it'd be very good race. Cool. All right. And then on the men's side, who are you going for? The anticipation is killing me.
Oh, I don't know.
Stop being a little Velna homer and just say
no. Genuinely, I think Adler, then Roman, then Velna.
Oof. Yeah, I've got the same podium, but switch Roman and Velna. I think it's literally going to be the games podium. I think it's going to be Adler, Velna, Roman. Yeah. Mainly because of the deadlift, because Velna's got like that deadlift basically back pocket. Like he's freakishly good at a deadlift, so he might come second or first. And Roman like is very good, but he's not like weirdly strong, so he might lose a few points on that. And then the rest of the events again line up very well for both of them, so it'll be pretty head to head. And I think Adler is like obviously just as good and very strong, and obviously he's the reigning champ, so don't see why he would go backwards. So I think it could be the exact same podium. Obviously, we've got on the men's side, it's way more stacked in terms of depth. So we have a lot more people getting middling between the 3 of them during these events. Like Fikowski's going to be in there in the mix and a few of them. Ricky obviously be in the mix and a few of them. Chandler is always in the mix somehow at Rogue, which he might be surprised again, might somehow sneak on the podium, which would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think I would not be surprised to see the games podium, basically, just based on what the events are again, and Yeah, I mean, mainly that deadlift. If that deadlift wasn't there, I wouldn't probably
Mm.
put that one in second, probably in third or fourth. But I think that deadlift is a chance to win it. So that's going to just be some nice bonus points for him, basically.
Yeah. And then the final division, who do you think is going to come out on top in the strongman?
I don't even know who's competing in it. I thought you were actually going to go in the legends with that question.
No, Legends
the
doesn't have a
competition that
leaderboard.
actually matters.
And if you don't answer Miko Salo, then you're not allowed to be on this podcast anymore.
Isn't there who even is doing the legends? I don't know. Is there a list of them?
Somewhere.
Which big names are doing the strongman?
Yeah. Strongman is both the Stoltmans, Trey Mitchell, Hooper, Novikov, Bobby Thompson, Matusz Kieliszkowski, Tom Evans, Maxime Boudreau, and Evan Singleton.
Who won last year?
I think Hooper won last year.
I seem to recognise that name. So
he's the current world's strongest man.
Oh, there you go.
And he's also doing an MMA fight with Eddie Hall in the new year.
Is he actually?
Yep.
Mental.
An absolutely horrendous idea from him. Oh no, sorry, Novikov. Novikov won it last year.
Right.
With Trey Mitchell in second, who's not there this year, and Hooper in third.
Right. Is Hooper not the?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's been doing a lot of stuff with CrossFit.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I recognise him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Not from the strong.
He's very good.
Accolades just from him doing Toast Spacer ads with Daniel Brandon.
Whatever you do in your spare time, mate. Yeah, I think
Legends.
Is
Phoning doing Legends?
The Legend. Yes, he is.
He always does
did just find the list. Where are you? Legends men: Froning, Spieler, Bridges, Bailey, Kalipa, Everett, Chan, Salo, and Hackenbrook.
It's the same people over and over again, isn't it?
Yeah. For the women, Annie Sakamoto, Carrie Pierce, Chris Clever, Margot Alvarez, Rebecca Voigt-Miller, Sam Briggs, and Tanya Wagner.
Nice. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it was a shame other people don't do Legends. I wonder how it will look.
I think it's more a case of them not getting invited.
Yeah, I did see like a Adam Clint comment saying like, how old does Ben Smith have to be considered a legend or something? I don't know if he's referring to he just never gets invited. I don't know if that's what he's referring to, but
I'd assume so.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Adam Klink, because I don't think Ben Smith really says anything. He's like very humble and won't ever big himself up. But I see Adam Klink is like Ben Smith's hype man, and like I've seen like on different posts over the years, like he'll comment about Ben like to big him up in for that example, or like when the five. There was something about Games Champs or something, and he's like talking about how Ben Smith's like just the most underrated guy ever, which he is, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he was competing injured, right? I know everyone competes injured, but I think he was competing. Like that's something he said in interviews is that like every year he's gone in and just not been at 100%, so he's just not been able to do anything. And then the one year he was all right, Fraser was complacent.
Yeah, true.
And now here we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the Rogue Invitational. Yeah. I'm really excited to spend $25 on something slightly different.
I've been looking into that. Do you know? I don't think it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna put it out there right now. I was keen for it, but have you like actually read what you get from it?
I think you get a wide you can get a featured athlete cam.
Yeah, but it's only follows.
We'll be selecting one competitor.
Yeah.
I thought you could select.
That's what I thought, and then I read it. I was like, they choose who they want to follow for that one event, and then that's the only other option you have. I was like, don't know if I'm going to pay for that now because, like, I don't really, yeah. And then like the wide angle, but that's literally like what the games did with the age group divisions. They had a wide angle. little GoPro
Yeah,
and
but
a
I think like
tripod.
you look at the wide angle and it looks pretty good. It depends if you still get commentary on the wide angle, then it's fine. If you get zero commentary, then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, there'll be
But
commentary.
either
Then,
way,
like I said, it's like
yeah.
from other commentators as well. But like who, I don't know who else is going to be speaking.
Oh, wait, what time does it start? Does it start at
Well,
1 a.m.
yeah, I think if the evening event
on
on
Thursday?
Thursday happens, it's like 1 in the morning our time or something. Because it's like a night
Brilliant.
event for them, so we're like 5-6 hours
Yeah.
behind or ahead.
So that's the other thing. Can I watch it? Can I rewatch those? Because I think that'd be quite interesting if you can
Compare.
watch, see who wins the whole thing, and then you can go back and say like, all right, where did this person lose it? Like, what happened here? How did they break down? Like, what did they pace incorrectly? I think from that standpoint, it's from like a learning experience for athletes the world round. Like, it's really useful to sort of understand that, like going in and seeing that in a SID qualifier you did one round in like 107 and the next round in 140 as an example.
Not speaking from experience at all.
Not speaking from experience at all. As I wave my small grip limited hand weakly at the camera.
But yeah, I don't know. I do want to buy it just to see what it's like. I probably still will just to compare market research, but I don't know. I don't have super high hopes after what they outlaid is like what you get from it basically.
But you get the Q&As. And you get the live chat.
The live chat.
2 people in the live chat.
That live chat's actually just good. I can't, because obviously the live chat on Rogue is always just hate from people taking the piss out of CrossFitters. So I wonder if the paid for one will be any different. It'll actually just be CrossFitters. It'll be quite funny. And I see that. Then I see hate comments. It's like Body Come B is the name. It's like, oh, I know that guy is.
Why does CrossFit hate itself? Why does it stop ruining its growth opportunities?
Oh dear.
Oh no, it's just Ben shouting at clouds again.
Lovely stuff. Well, at least we got this one in. We scrambled together an episode. The people don't know how much we had to sacrifice to get this one in. So, yeah, hopefully, maybe we should do just some shows on some off like topics, basically, not just about competitions.
Yeah, there were lots of sacrifices made, but here we are.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we'll try to do another one. I don't know what other news. What other notable news was there? Oh, Tyson Bagent, NFL, and then Well, I mean, let's be honest. CrossFit doesn't make you an NFL star. That's all I'm going to say. So, I know he did CrossFit, but okay, cool. That's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
can't wait
think
for them to milk that so much. It's like, okay. So
I think in a world where there are ever more functional fitness gyms that essentially prescribe to the methodology, a methodology that arguably wasn't even written by Glassman. It was just branded and sold by Glassman. I think it like things like this, like you're going to have more and more people who are doing, snatches, clean and jerks in a metabolic conditioning style thing. Like more and more people are going to have been doing that to sort of own them as CrossFitters. I think is interesting. I think the difference is his dad's an affiliate owner, right? And his dad was within the space and did all that. So it's like slightly different, but heck, if they market it appropriately and they, it helps to build the brand and it gets more people into affiliates and it gets more affiliates as people realize, hey, hold on a minute, maybe this does have some broader mass appeal than what we're doing, then that can only be good for the ecosystem as a whole. I'd argue.
Yeah, I think for the brand it could be good, but I just don't. It's just what's the word? Well, it's basically just not. I just don't think it's very accurate to be like using CrossFit to be like marketing in a way that if you do CrossFit, you could have a chance of being like a superstar NFL player, because that's just not really facts. But yeah, anything else? What Cash is saying, the game's gonna be like 95% indoors, which would be pretty cool. That's gonna be fun. It's a shame because
I
the
think
outdoor stuff is like the more memorable things, I feel like sometimes. So
yeah.
even
I
out on
think
the
it's
turf
going to
field.
be. I think it's going to be a complete change in what we expect to see, right? Because if you have, if you think about how much running we have, right, it doesn't feel right to have running indoors. And when you think about how much running there is at the games, and with 95% being indoors, like it just feels like it's going to be slightly different.
Yeah. I think that 5% could be a run then outside, and then the rest of it's just going to all be indoors.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
A
Like in
run
the games,
outside
there's like multiple run events usually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah,
At
I don't know.
6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
That's when the run.
Yeah, I understand why. Like, ideally, the long-term plan is to grow it. So to grow, you actually have to shrink it first. Hence, why they got rid of all the age groups. And they need to make it a sport where you can actually package it and be able to. I don't want to sound like too business, but like be able to sell it to other venues around the world and be like, look, we have an event that can be condensed into this one set location. We don't need like a swimming center and a track and field area and a stadium. We just need one stadium, and it's a lot easier for that to be packaged and then sold around the world. And then you can make it more of a global event and actually get the games moving around. It's just like a bit of logistics, basically, but it will obviously, reduce. What's the word? The like variety you could do, I suppose, in the game in terms of like locations. So if it does end up being in one venue, it would be basically like a super regionals style feel in terms of like look and aesthetic. Just a lot of indoor workouts, and then that will change the program in terms of like probably a lot more classic CrossFit. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll just be very different, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, interesting. We'll see. Maybe there'll be changes on that situation anyway. Who knows?
It wouldn't be like CrossFit to announce and completely change it, would it?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we shall see. Anything else?
No. Yeah, I think when we come back, we can talk about some more sort of UK stuff that's been happening, as I alluded to earlier. SID qualifiers are in full swing at the moment with the deadline on Monday. And see how the schedule is shaping up for next season, to see what it's going to look like for people to get some competition under their belt.
Cool.
And we've also got the very exciting Fit Fest arriving in the UK in December as well.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, that's pretty exciting. Got some of the big names coming over.
Yeah.
Plus Velner and them. So like, I mean, big names like you, Hayden, Jack, team of 3.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna sell at least one ticket on the back of my name. So
that's me being forced to come off to watch.
Nobody's forcing you, but would be nice.
But yeah, that'd be quite cool. I think it would attract like a decent crowd, obviously, because you've got actual proper elite CrossFitters turning up, and like good ones as well, like big names like Bukowski, Velner, Pepper, and then you got obviously Daniel Brandon, Alexis Raptis, Emma Lawson. So you got big names, big names. So that'd be quite cool.
And it could have been really easy to get that from London, but unfortunately HS2's been binned off. So
it's all right.
Never say we're not topical.
Yeah, it's gonna be Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Cool.
Lovely stuff.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Hasta luego.